I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my class. Myself Afsha, high school teacher and junior lecturer at Elizabeth High School and Junior College. So, in our previous class, we have completed the second lesson of your unit 1, that is from personality development, right? I hope you all remember the two topics that we have already learnt. The first was about the Nick Vujicic, and the second one was the every success story is a story of a great failures, right? Now let us proceed towards our third part, the C1, that is I will do it. Okay, so I will do it is a kind of biography of one great person. So who is he or she? I will discuss it later. First of all, let us proceed towards the author of this biography. Clear? Who is the author of this story is Sudha Murthy. Who was Sudha Murthy? Have you ever heard about this name? If yes, then good. If no, let me explain you. Fine. Sudha Murthy. She is the wife of N.R. Narayan Murthy. She is a social worker and author. Fine. Just remember what is her profession. She is a social worker come author. Fine. Remember these terms, please. So it's like a great thing that a woman, a lady is such a great designation. Fine. Okay. Now she began her career as a computer scientist and an engineer. So what was her educational qualification? Means she was a computer scientist and engineer. Fine. So she has founded several orphanages. Actually, she is the chairperson of a company, a great company I can say, a industry I can say. So she is the chairperson of a great company whose name is Infosys. I just hope you all have heard about this term, Infosys. Fine, because these industries are very much famous, like Infosys, Microsoft, etc. are there, right? So Infosys is one such of them. Fine. She has founded several orphanages, as I have told you before, and she used to believe in social services. Fine. She is very fond of doing social services. She always believe in rural development efforts. What is the meaning of rural development efforts? She just want to improve the rural areas. I hope what is the meaning of rural areas? You know that, right? Village areas. The areas which are little bit back than the urban. Fine. Urban localities. So she always want to improve the rural areas. Fine. She always supported the movement to provide all the Karnataka government school. So she belonged to Karnataka. She always supported Karnataka government schools so that the students in that government school can gain good education with all the facilities, libraries, computer labs and etc. Fine. And later she established Murthy Classical Library of India. Fine. What was the name of the library? Murthy Classical Library of India. So she later established that where at Harvard University. So she also teaches computer science. As I have told you, she is a computer scientist and engineer. She always loved teaching computer science. Fine. And she have composed a fiction whose name was Dollar Source. She has composed this fiction and she has given the name as Dollar Source. So now coming to our present story, I will do it. It is a selection from one of her most successful stories. As I have told you, she is an author also. Fine. She has written many stories. From that, it is one of them. Fine. So this biography has been taken from How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. So from where it has been taken? How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. So this story has been taken from, this story I will do it is taken from this collection. Fine. So this was all about the author. Now let us proceed towards the story, that is I will do it. Now see what it is there in this topic. Fine. Till now we have understand the name of the concept. Fine. The concept of the lesson actually and about the author. Fine. You can see on your textbook a photo has been given. Fine. Can you identify who is that person? Okay, fine. Let me tell you about him. In this thing, there is one suspense like thing. Why means the name of that person is mentioned in the last lines. Means at the ending. In the beginning, we will only learn about him because it will increase your curiosity. You will be trying to know who is he, right? It is obvious. Let's see. He was very short, he was sharp, he was the brightest boy in the class. So, it is about a boy. So, can you please tell me the qualities of this boy? He was short, very sharp. Sharp means intelligent, and brightest boy in the class. It means that he was very intelligent, or else we can say he was the topper of that class. See, you can just observe that the word brightest has been given. So, brightest in the sense the brightest boy we should say. What does it mean? It is from which degree of comparison? Superlative degree of comparison. It means that no other boy is as bright as this boy in the class. Fine. His seniors used to ask him to solve their difficulties. So, in science I can say he was very fast in calculations and in physics and in science, that even his seniors used to ask him different questions where they were feeling difficulty. He was very active, easily solving those questions. He could have gone unnoticed in a crowd, but once you asked him a question related to physics or maths, there was a spark in his eyes. So, what it is saying, he might be not that much famous in the school. Fine, he might be very silent boy in a crowd, but as soon as you are asking him any question regarding physics or science or maths, a spark in his eyes you can see. What does it mean? He used to answer it in fractions of seconds, very quickly. He could grasp theories of science faster than the speed of light. So, I think you know the speed of light, right? So, he was more faster than the speed of light even. He came from a poor but educated family. So, he belonged to a poor family, but his family was very much educated, well qualified. He coming to his parents, his father was a high school teacher, an avid reader of English literature. So, what does it mean? His father was very fond of reading English literature. He loved to use English literature. He, like all the boys in his class, was trying to get admission in some engineering college. So, usually the boys usually dream to become an engineer. It is very common, right? So, unlike other boys, he was also having the same ambition. He also wanted to become an engineer. Fine, his dream was to become an engineer from the beginning itself. The brighter ones wanted to study in the Indian Institutes of Technology. So, as like present era, at that time even getting an admission in IIT was like a dream of many people. So, in the same way, he too wanted to take admission in the IIT college. Fine. So, for that, I hope you all know that there will be an entrance test. At that time even the entrance test was there. So, this boy about whom we are learning here, about whom we are studying here, this boy along with his friend also applied for the test. It is common, right? What your friends will do, you will be doing the same thing. So, in the same way, he also applied for the test. Fine, he also appeared for the test. So, they did not have any special books or coaching. So, at that time, in present day, we are having this internet, different sources, different books, coaching centers, colleges, etc. for training. But in that era, in those days, I can say there was no proper coaching centers or any specialized books or something to prepare for IIT. So, you know what these people did? All these IIT aspirants, which IIT aspirants? This boy and his friends. They used to sit below the shade of a stone mandap close to Chamundi Hills. Chamundi Hills is the name of a place in Mysore. Fine, where? In Mysore. So, In Mysore, near Chamundi Hills, they used to sit below the shade of a stone mandap. There was one mandap made up of stones. Below that, this boy and his friends used to sit, and they used to prepare for IIT. You know what? Being the same age of his friends, he was very intelligent that he used to guide his friends. Whenever his friends used to have some doubt, whenever they used to feel any difficulty in solving any problem, they used to ask this boy, this intelligent, this bright boy. Fine. So what he used to do? He used to simply smile, because it was very easy for him. He used to smile and solve them in no time. Within fraction of seconds, he used to answer for difficult questions. Fine. He sat alone below a tree and dreamt of studying at IIT. Fine. What he used to do? Below that tree, all members used to prepare for IIT, right? Because it was very easy for him. He just used to dream about IIT. Fine. He just used to imagine how it will be, how I am going to pursue that, how much successful I will become. It means that his mind was completely busy in thinking that only, in thinking about IIT only. It was the ultimate aim for any bright boy at that age, as still is today. So what it is saying, at that age, it is a ultimate aim. It is very common that the boys are dreaming to join IIT, right? It will be their dream to become IIT. Okay. So today even the boys dream the same. He was then only 16 years old. So he was just 16 years old when they used to prepare for these things, for IIT. He used to dream about that and all. So my children, just believe me, you are also approx that age only, right? But it is a moral that if you want to become something, plan it from now itself, because if time once gone, will never be back. Okay, let's see now what happened next. The D-Day came. It means that the final day came. He came to Bangalore because the entrance test was in Bangalore. He stayed there with some relatives, some of his relatives, and appeared for the entrance test. What happened? When the date of the examination was there, he went to Bangalore, stayed with his relatives, and he appeared for the entrance test. He did very well, but would only say okay when asked. Actually, he used to follow certain philosophy. So coming to education, he used to do well all the time, right? Because he was very bright and intelligent. Okay, he used to do well all the time, but he only used to say okay when asked, because he never ever wanted to show overconfidence. Okay, it was the opposite when it came to food. Coming to education, when people ask him how you wrote your exam, he just used to say okay. But coming to food, he used to say okay when the food was bad. He used to say good when the food was okay, and he used to say excellent when the food was very good. Fine. His principle was never to hurt anyone. Why he used to do means, he never wanted to hurt anyone. Fine. It means that he was very modest. Okay. Now the IIT entrance results came. So finally, as they have already written the entrance test, now the results came. He had passed with a high rank. It was expected, right? As I am mentioning you so many times that he was the brightest boy of the class. He used to solve his seniors' questions. It means that it is obvious that he will be getting a high rank, right? What a delight for any student. Just imagine yourself on that place, how you will be. For example, if you just top in your school, just if you get a top rank in your school, your happiness will be on peak, right? Just imagine getting a top rank in IIT. What a delight for any student, what a happiness, right? What a moment, a proud moment, I can say, right? He was very thrilled, he was very much excited. Okay, he went to his father, who was reading a newspaper, As soon as he got his result, he immediately went to his father, who was reading newspaper. To his father, let's see what he said. He said, Anna, I have passed the exam. As he was very thrilled, he was very excited, right? He was very happy. So it is obvious that he will be going to share his happiness with his family. So as soon as he came to know his result, he went to his father and said, Anna, I have passed the exam. So what might be the reply from his father? Well done, my boy, right? It is common thing. Your parents will obviously appreciate you. When you get pass, when you get success, your parents will obviously appreciate you. In the same way, his father also did the same thing. He said, well done, my boy, I want to join IIT. Who might be saying this? This bright boy. He expressed his dream to his father that I want to join IIT. But what his father replied was very sad actually, because his father stopped reading the newspaper. Why means he was only upset. The thing is, he don't have that much money to afford. Fine, let's see what he said. He lifted his head, looked at the boy and said with a heavy voice, my son, you are a bright boy, right? Yes, it's correct that you are a bright boy. You know our financial position. So what he replied, my boy, my son, you are very intelligent, you are very bright, but you know our financial position. I have 5 daughters to be married and 3 sons to educate. So what he said, he was having 5 daughters and 3 sons. So altogether they were 8 in number. So what his father said, my boy, I can't afford this much because I have 5 daughters to get married and 3 boys to get educated. I am a salaried person. He was not a big businessman. As we have mentioned earlier only, he was very poor. He belonged to a poor but educated family, as I have told you. I cannot afford your expenses at IIT, so that you have to stay in Mysore itself and you can study whatever you want here itself. Indeed, it was a difficult situation for any father to say no, right? It is obvious his father was not happy in saying no to his son, but the circumstances were like that. His father was having no option at that time because he don't have enough money. It was common then for the man to be single earning member with a large family dependent on him. So in that era, in those times, it was very common that families used to be very big, very large, but the earning person used to be only one. So I think you can imagine what was the condition of his father. He was also very upset, but the circumstances did not allow him to fulfill his son's wishes. His father was sad that he had to tell the bitter truth to his son. What happened? As I have told you, because of the circumstances, he was unable to fulfill his wishes, right? But he was very sad to tell the bitter truth to his son. But it could not be helped. The boy had to understand the reality. There was no other option. The teenager was disappointed, right? It is very common. If your wishes are not fulfilled, you will be disappointed. It seemed his dreams had burnt to ashes. Fine. His dreams were burnt to ashes because from his childhood only he used to dream for IIT. But now because of the poverty, his dreams were burnt to ashes. He was so near to fulfilling his fondest hope, his heart sank in sorrow. What he is saying, he was very near to fulfill his dream, but his heart sank in sorrow. Because of the circumstances, his dreams were left unfulfilled. He did not reply. He never shared his unhappiness or helplessness with anybody. Even though he was very upset from his heart, even though he was very sad from his heart, but he never ever expressed it to anyone. He never ever expressed his unhappiness or helplessness. His heart was bleeding, but he did not get angry with anybody. Yes, his heart was bleeding, but he was not unhappy with anybody because his father did not did it wantedly. His father was not having any option, so this boy was understanding that fact very well. The day came, his classmates were leaving for Madras. They were taking a train from Mysore to Madras. Can you tell me what is the present name of Madras? Madras is now called as Chennai. So the day came, his classmates were leaving from Mysore to Chennai. They have shared good years in school and college together. So he went to station to say goodbye and good luck to his friends. So when his friends were leaving for Madras, this boy also went to say goodbye to them. At the station, his friends were already there, right? Because the time of the train was passing on, it was already too late. His friends were already there on the station. They were excited and talking loudly because they were very happy. They were going for IIT, right? They were shifting to Madras for pursuing their IIT. But this boy, who was very unhappy from heart, never ever expressed his unhappiness because he never wanted to hurt his friends. The noise of the friends was like chirping of birds because they were very happy and they were talking very loudly with one another. They were all excited and discussing their new hostels, new courses, etc. They were discussing about their future plans. What will be the new courses, how will be our new hostel, how will be our new friends, and etc. They were discussing that. He was not a part of it because he was not going with them. So he stood there silently. This boy, the bright, intelligent boy, he was just standing silently. Fine. One of them noticed and said, "You should have made it." So one of his friends, what he said, "You would have tried your best to come to Madras along with us for pursuing IIT." They waved at him as the train slowly left the platform. One of his friends said that he would have tried, but he did not reply. He just smiled and wished all of them good luck. Then he waved at him as the train slowly left the platform. But you know what? He stood there even after he could no longer see the train. Why means? Because he was very depressed. Why depressed means? Because he was not going along with his friends. Fine. So he was still waving the hands even after the train has left from the station. It was the June of 1962 in Mysore city. So this all incident took place in June 1962. Date has not been mentioned, but remember this thing. Monsoon had set and it was getting dark. It had started to drizzle, yet he stood there motionless. So just you can imagine by these words how much depressed he was. He was very upset that even it was dark, even the train has been lefted, but he was staying there only. He was standing there only, motionless. What is the meaning of motionless? Without moving, stationary we can say. Okay. He said to himself without anger or jealousy, all students from the IIT study well and do big things in life, but it is not the institution. Ultimately, it is you and you alone who can change your life by hard work. So now how he consoled himself? He said that all students who studies in IIT will do well, will study well and do big things in life. But the fact that you need to understand is, it is not the institution that is making those students successful, but it is ultimately the student himself. Fine. That is, it is you who can rock. It is you who can change your life. No other person, no other college, no other institution can do a great role in this. If you are confident, then you can do anything. Then you can reach great success. Fine. Probably he was not aware that he was following the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, right? A great book of Hindu mythology, that is Bhagavad Gita. I think you all know about this book, right? It is the holy book of Hindus. So unknowingly he was following the philosophy of this book. So what has been written in this book? Your best friend is yourself and your worst enemy is yourself. Fine? Is it true or not? It is true, right? Your best friend is yourself as well as your enemy is yourself, right? Later he worked very hard and focused on one thing, never bothering about his personal life or comforts. He shared his wealth with others. He never used the help of any caste, community or political connections to go up in life. So later what happened? He started trying to fulfill his dreams, fine, but he never ever taken any help of caste, creed or political leaders, etc. He did on his own. He got success on his own. A son of a school teacher showed other Indians it was possible to earn wealth legally and ethically. So a son of a school teacher, as we have studied earlier, as we have read earlier, he was the son of a school teacher. So he has proved that it is possible to earn wealth legally and ethically, that is systematically also you can earn wealth. Fine. He built a team of people who were equally good. So how he started his career? He built a team of few people. He gathered some people who were like him only, who were very bright, very intelligent, but due to their financial problems they were not moving forward. Fine, they were not getting success. So he gathered such team. He became a pioneer of India's software industry and started the information technology wave. Today he has become an icon of simplicity, uncompromising quality and fairness, apart from being a philanthropist. So what happened? He became a pioneer of India's software industry. Just imagine a boy who was just dreaming to take admission in IIT. Now he became a pioneer of India's software industry itself. Fine. And he only started the information technology wave in India. He was very simple. He became an icon of simplicity, uncompromising quality and fairness. What is the meaning of fairness? Not being partial, apart from being a philanthropist. So what is philanthropist? Philanthropist is a person who believes in donations, who believes in charity, who help the people financially. He really believes in the motto, powered by intellect and driven by values. He is none other than Nagavara Ramarao Narayana Murthy. Fine. Who was he? Please name him. Nagavara Ramarao Narayana Murthy. That is precisely you can call him as N.R. Narayana Murthy. Now can you tell me who is he? Have you ever heard his name? He is the founder of Infosys. Who was the founder of Infosys? It is a leading IT company in the whole world. So my children, just see how a poor boy, a son of a school teacher who was just dreaming to take admission in IIT, but his dream was not fulfilled because of poverty. He is able to reach on such a big destination. He himself became the founder of Infosys. So what is the moral that you get from this topic, from this story? That if you decide to do, then nothing can stop you. Fine. If you only become obstacle for your career, then no one can help you out. So my children, please, whatever you are aiming to do, just go for it.